Alright, welcome back to the FIFA 12 Crew Alexandra rebuild. Although it's not really a rebuild, you know, they weren't ever amazing. That's a bit of an insult, but we are making the squad better, trying to lead it to its first ever treble. Not like many teams have won a treble anyways, but it is season 2. We've got a decent squad. We've got hopefully more money this time around. The squad is not great, let's be real. I lost a lot of players last season to contracts because I just couldn't hold on to them for any longer. I didn't have the money to re-sign them. But the one bright spot of everything in this situation is that our youth academy player, Lucas Aguirre, I don't know. But he's 17 years old with a potential of 84 to 90 with an overall of 66 to 70. That fits right into our squad. He's possibly our best player already starting. So the obvious choice is to get him, but I do have to make some budget changes here. I don't have enough wage budget. And honestly, our overall transfer budget doesn't look amazing. So I think this season I just focus on the free agents side of things because, yeah, we're not going to sign anyone for £900,000, at least not anyone meaningful. That means no Paul Pogba, unless we can get him on loan again. But even then, he is quite expensive, just his wages alone. So I don't know about that, but we definitely want to get this kid because he is the next great. So with that in mind, offer him a contract to 4 years. Gonna offer £15,000 a week. Hopefully he takes that. If he doesn't, might be cooked. But, you know, it could be great for us. I wouldn't mind selling him on just to get a bunch of money, try to build up the squad, like even it out more. Because even with an amazing striker, if the squad isn't good, we're not going anywhere from here. Contract offer declined. Higher weekly wages. What more do you want? £15,000 a week is higher than any player in our squad. And he's basically asking for almost our entire wage budget already, which is kind of unreasonable. I'll try 20,000 and then 5% bonus per goal. I'll leave it at 3 years for now because you can always alter it like really soon into the contract anyways. Once again, contract offer declined. What is with this kid? To be fair, he is worth it, but I'm starting to doubt myself here. This time I've tried with £25,000 a week. Hopefully he takes that. Once again, still declined. What can I even do at this point? I don't have the money to sign this kid. He's asking for crazy wages, and it's like, sure, he's the next, you know, he's the next wonder kid. This is all of my money, all of it. Still can't get him. I don't, you know, this is kind of the game's fault. I have to sell some players. I think my best bet is to sell our best striker, Miller, who is only 24. Oh, I can't even send anyone out. Wow. That is hilarious. And these are all youth players, by the way, that have come in because we did not have enough players in the squad. So yeah, I cannot sell anyone. I can make no money. I'm literally stuck. So I'm going to go get some free agents on the market, see what we can get for our dollar because, or pound in this case, because honestly, the fact that our own youth player is trying to swindle us out of more money than we have is kind of crazy. This guy looks amazing. A goalkeeper matters the most in the sim. And for £2,000 a week, that is an amazing deal. And I will happily take that guy on. This Jorginho guy, I don't think it's the Jorginho as in, you know, the Italian one, but £4,000 a week, I'll take on that offer and hopefully we get him. Good center midfielder there. And that seems to be about it. Jorginho is worth 2.5 million. It'd be amazing if we landed that player. I'm going to sign this guy, Daniel Ferreira, who looks quite decent, but also mainly because he's worth a lot. And if we can sell him on like next year, we will have a lot of money to work with, or even in the next transfer window, because it'll be very nice. Also for this video, and probably for every single career mode video from now on, I don't think I'm going to hit the midpoint unless you specifically want me to do that. I will do it. I don't mind doing it, but I also feel like there's no real point to doing it. I think maybe I'll just highlight, okay, I'm going to do this in the midpoint, like a transfer or something. But like seeing the stats at the midpoint, not really all that needed. I can just check at the end. It doesn't really make a difference, does it? So I think I'll just stick with the end of the season, tell you everything that happened through the season, or maybe even show you like certain transfers at the midpoint, things like that. You know, just the more important things. No need to highlight the stats or where we are in the season because ultimately it won't really matter. So our first one, unsure about playing at this level. All right, that's fair enough. So I think we can probably persuade him with more money, £6,000 a week, 5% clean sheet bonus. That's triple the amount he's asking for. And he gets a bonus. I don't think the bonuses actually make any difference in this game or really any FIFA game. I don't think it like makes them more worthy of taking the contract, but you know, it's whatever. Jorginho does accept the contract offer though, which is amazing because he is a young, talented player at 63 overall. our best midfielder instantly, because we have lost our other two best midfielders, which were, I don't remember the other one, but the first one was obviously Pogba, who was only here on loan. Our team is kind of in shambles right now. Oh, actually, complete mistake. Westwood is still here. He is our second best midfielder, and I do like that. But we did lose our left winger, who was Shelby, I believe. He was young and he had potential. Again, just a complete shame that I couldn't keep them on. I didn't have any money left for contracts. I just had to let them go. And you don't make any money mid-season. Like, you don't get the ticket sales, you don't get the match earnings, you don't even get the tournament prize money. You don't get anything in this game. I mean, one of the tournaments paid me like £5,000, and even then, it didn't go to my transfer budget, so it was kind of useless. So, yeah. Daniel Ferreira also accepts the initial contract offer, which is amazing. We'd love to have Daniel Ferreira here, who is a center back. No, he's a left winger. Actually, he fits perfectly into the squad because we're missing a left winger slash left midfielder. You know, it's a bit of the same thing there. 81 overall, that's completely the wrong number. 61 overall, 81 agility is what I saw. And also 81 sprint speed. He's quite pacey. Miller's quite fast as well. Lignani, not as much, but, you know, they're both growing in overall. Another big loss that we lost last season was, I don't remember his name. It was our other striker, our backup striker, who kind of became our main starter because he was just doing that well in the season. But we retained Nick Powell, who has, or is that his name? I have no clue. I think it's Nick. Either way, he's great. I think it's Nathan Powell. I don't remember. And we have Oliveira, who is our free agent from last season. So we're doing okay. If we can find another decent free agent like defender, I think that's what we need the most right now, because 44, 48, we don't want that in those positions. We need to strengthen the squad, at least the starting 11, so that we can make a decent run for the top 12 in this season, because I don't think we're getting any further than that. John Smith has accepted the contract for 2 years, £6,000 a week, which is great. Massive signing. I just got in a trophy. I almost got in an achievement. This is trophies for PlayStation. He instantly goes into the squad, obviously. 77 overall. He will make a huge difference for us. And he's only 28, really young for a keeper. So I'm glad we got to sign him, really. He will last us until the Prem. Eventually, if he doesn't go up to like an 80, you know, low 80s, high 80s, maybe not high 80s, but mid 80s. If he doesn't go up there, then he will have to be replaced eventually, but a great backup keeper in that case. Either way, great signing for us. Now with this remaining money, there's not much to do because we can't sell any of the players we just acquired, obviously, because we just purchased them, but they would give us a lot of money. But it still leaves us in this predicament with this kid, this Lucas guy. I cannot sign him. And it's really funny because the chief executive says, hey, give him £1,000. And I'm like, okay, I'll give him 1,000. Sure. He will never take £1,000 a week. I wish he would, but it just doesn't work. I wish the game just let me sign my youth players for a non-ridiculous contract offer, because, I mean, the youth players never get that crazy of an offer, even in real life. I mean, back then, what kind of youth player was being paid £30,000 a week in League 2? None. Well, the game has made its prediction. We are predicted to finish dead last this season. So, as long as we prove them wrong, I'm happy, but obviously I would like to go higher, because if we go any lower, or anywhere near that, I'm definitely getting sacked, which is unfair because of, you know, the money issues and the contract issues, but I'm going to try to keep us up this season. I mean, checking the contract situation, we've got a couple of contract situations here. So, yeah, definitely want to keep some of our players, especially Miller. He's our starter right now. I think I'm going to offer him something this year. 2-year extension for £1,000 a week, so there's no increase in wages there, which is exactly what we need. The rest of these lot, Garrett, good backup, good youth player. Let's try to get him out on loan maybe this season. But other than that, I can't even offer him 900. That is hilarious. All right, well, 950. 950 it is, I guess. Murphy, another great player for us. £800. I can't offer him that. I have to pay £50 over. It's fine. He's a good player either way. Westwood as well. Try to get him on an extension for as low as possible right now. You see all these players. Powell, who is great youth prospect, takes £5,000 a week, which is fair enough. But, like, dude, okay, I'm really salty over that Lucas guy, but either way, that's basically all I can do for this season, or at this point in the season. Maybe I'll sell some players at the midpoint, try to make some money, try to sign Lucas. But honestly, the main thing I kind of see happening at this point is Lucas leaving before we get to sign him. So yeah, that'll be a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Also, I've just realized Danny Shelley, that's our old winger. So he is a free agent, unfortunately for him. Wish I could have re-signed him in time. Dugdale as well. Dugdale as well. I think I do re-sign Dugdale. £1,000 a week is not a bad offer, and we have the money now. Definitely not bothered by that price. This guy looks okay. Gonna offer him £1,000 a week. Hopefully he takes that for 4 years. Yeah, strengthen the defense a bit. Funnily enough, both of our former players have rejected our offers, but the new player says yes. Wow. Not enough budget. What? Not enough budget? What are they talking about? I have plenty of budget. £6,000. I have the budget. Do I not? Well, either way, we have made a left back signing, which is good. So everyone except for our second center back is at least a 50 overall, which is pretty decent for League One. Also got a decent lineup here. Our keeper is obviously going to help us a lot in this season. We have got a Dabrowski back up here. Yeah, it's not great. But hey, what can you do when you're on the worst club in the game, and the game honestly doesn't have that many resources to help you? There's no way to make money throughout the season. Your youth players are just combatant and want ridiculous amounts of money to be signed. And quite honestly, I don't want to pay any of these guys that much. However, we've got our backup right here, Daniel Lugano, who is also 17. He plays center mid, 77-83, which is also pretty decent if you ask me. And he will definitely not ask for a ridiculous amount of money, unlike his peer, Lucas. Lugano wants more money. Would I say I'm surprised? No. Am I a little disappointed? Yes. Because what is with the youth players in this game? At least give me a good estimate, you know? Like the game keeps telling me, oh, hey, offer £1,100 a week and he'll probably take it. He's never gonna take it. Please. Anyways, with, I already forgot his name, Dugdale coming back to the club, we now have a full 50 overall starting 11, which is good. Great even. I think this team will do pretty solidly throughout the season. Obviously, stamina is still an issue, but we're up to 1 star instead of half a star, which not really that bad. Well, with all of the little jobs at the start of the season out of the way, it's time to head straight to the end of the season. No midpoint this time, like I said earlier, and see how it's all gone. All right, end of the season is here, and I've seen very good things. We're clearly not on the bottom 12 of the table, and Miller has scored us 18 goals on the season, landing him 5th in the Golden Boot. But we're 3rd. That means automatic promotion to League One. We're out of League 2 hell. No more League 2 for Crew Alexandra, and we're big chilling. Obviously, John Smith, a big part of that. 17 clean sheets on the season. Amazing. I think we had like 5 clean sheets last season. That was terrible. Our defense was a shambles. Tootle, I mean, he's a defender. You don't really have anything to highlight for defenders here. I mean, Oliveira scored 3 goals, which is pretty good. Mbita also scored 1. And then we have the midfielders, Luke Murphy, 2 goals, 5 assists. Ashley Westwood, 1 goal, 11 assists. What a season from him. Nick Powell, 2 goals, 1 assist. Still young, still developing. Hopefully he gets better next season. Sean Miller, our main man, 18 goals. But here's a player you probably weren't expecting coming up. Lucas Maguire, I don't know what his name is. 12 appearances, 4 goals. Also spotted that he scored on his debut. So very good. He left the youth academy. Then he went as a free agent. I offered him £8,000 a week and he instantly accepted. Just the game being broken, so I guess if you have a good youth player in this game, let them terminate the contract, go to the free agents, sign them for a lot cheaper than they ever would have signed for you as a free agent. Or, sorry, wrong way around. Youth academy player. Daniel Ferreira, 3 goals, 3 assists. He was injured with a LCL, maybe MCL. One of the ligaments, crucial ligaments. He was out for a while, but still pretty good. Also, Lignani had to go. Sold him for about £900,000, which was a great price for him at the time. He was only worth about $575,000. Plus, with Lucas, I felt like we could just play Miller on the side. He's got 80 pace. It would work out. Plus, we have a lot of striker depth from just free agents. 7 goals, 2 assists. So our attack is amazing. We're just scoring goals all over the place. Max Clayton, young prospect, scoring 5. Also got Daniel Lugano, another free agent who was formerly our youth academy player. Again, just offered him what was asked, 6K I think it was, and he came right on. Dugdale, Jorginho, 3 and 5, very good, +2. He is a little injured right now, but he'll come back soon. Just everyone putting in work. Obviously, we have a depth issue. Linus Tech Tips, 9 goals, 1 assist. Very nice. Julian Flum, a lot of strikers. So many strikers on this team. So I guess that is really, really nice to have just pure attack on the team. But the depth issue was still not solved because a lot of the times I'd get pulled aside, you know, the manager, and he'd be like, yo, I love starting every game, but I am so tired. One time I checked in because one of them said they were tired. Nick Powell had 0 on his energy bar, and the game was that day. I don't know how that happened, but he had 0 energy. So there was that. I had to like make some subs and then manually sim to make sure that the poor like dead tired players did not play that game. But with the player stats out of the way, let's have a look at the actual league table. I want to see our goal differences and our stats. So 67 goals for us. It's not the best in the league, but our defense, I think, is the best in the entire league. I think that's less of the defense speaking, more of our goalkeeper just being that good for this league. 36 goals against us, 67 for us, giving us a goal difference of 31, second best in the league. Nearly got second, but it doesn't really matter where you place. A league title is cool, but anything below the Prem and even the championship doesn't really matter whether you win the title or not, as long as you go up to the next level. Honestly, I did not expect this. It's been an upwards trajectory the whole season, and I'm honestly a little afraid of how well we've done this season, because I think next season the board is going to go ridiculous and go like, hey, first season in League 1, we want you to place top 8, make playoffs, or else you're getting sacked. And I don't want that happening. But I mean, this team has done really well. I think our goalkeeper will carry us up until the championship, and that's where he'll kind of be like a generic, not a generic, but rather a normal goalkeeper who isn't exceptionally good for the competition or anything. So the only real thing left to do before this season ends is to re-sign some of our players. We do have the budget for it, albeit barely, but we should have enough budget to re-sign just about every player. It's not that much money to re-sign most of these guys, thankfully, but we might still lose some players here and there. I'm gonna try to keep the more important ones, like Murphy's important, Miller obviously, some of these other ones like Kurth and Daniels and Garrett, we can let them go, but Miller, Murphy, definitely want to keep them. So 4-year deal for Murphy there, hopefully he accepts that. And then Sean Miller, 3-year deal, £1,000 a week. Hopefully that goes through. Both have accepted the offers, so we're good for next season, where our squad will essentially retain its rating, and hopefully we'll do pretty well in our first season in League 1, maybe even promotion in the first season. Also picked up some new youth players. One Igor Grasso, who looks okay, could be pretty good. Only 14 right now though, so won't be able to use him until maybe around the time we're in the championship, hopefully. Maybe even the Prem, although that's a bit of wishful thinking. Anyways, with that is the end of the season. Obviously, we're not getting sacked. There's nothing to worry about there. And additionally, there's nothing else to do. You can't sign free agents outside of the transfer window in this game. It will not let you even offer for them. So there is that. So just winding down the season. It's the end of the season, end of the video. Let me know what you think of just skipping to the end of the season rather than going to the midpoint, highlighting there, because I feel like there's not too much important things going on at the midpoint that I can't highlight at the end. So thank you for watching as always. Check out any of the playlists on career modes I've done. This one's only just started, but it's getting pretty good, I think. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you later.